Hello and welcome. Welcome our amazing community. This is such a wonderful turnout for a very special day. Clap for yourselves because you all made this happen. This is because of each and every one of you. Whether it was just a kind word, whether it was passing our mission on to someone else, whether it was a donation, whether it was volunteering, whatever you did to make this happen, I thank you. There are so many people that I need to thank. I can't possibly mention them all. Please review the signage on the refreshment table around to the easels and the list of the 286 individuals, foundations, and businesses that make this all possible. Also, be sure to thank and patronize the 21 businesses who purchased CDFA tax credits and support of the Hanover Capital Campaign. And this was through the Community Development Finance Authority, so thank you. I would love to personally thank every single one of you, but that would take a long time. But I'll make my way around to all of you. Our board of directors, I'd like to thank for their support and guidance with our mission. They hold our mission in their heart. I do want to thank Jim and Marge Matthews next door. Can you raise your hand, Jim and Marge and Dan? It is because of them that we have this wonderful property in Hanover. We met, I think, 6 years ago. Marge is going to say, not sure. I'm awful with timelines. But we started going together to the Hanover Housing Committee to talk about accessible housing for people who need support. And that's how I got to know Jim and Marge and Dan. Well, Outreach House was right next door. It was here. Outreach House had a very similar mission to ours. It served seniors, and they decided in 2019 to close their nonprofit. So Marge and Jim, I think, put a little bee in their bonnet and talked to them and told them about visions and what a similar model and that perhaps we could use this house. Now I want to preface that with what were we doing at that time? We were just renovating property in Lebanon on 12 Green Street, literally tearing the insides, totally gutting a property so that we could have it livable for 11 residents. So this was 2019, and then you know what happened after that, right? COVID. So we were actually doing construction, trying to move people out of that property during COVID. At the same time, we gained this property with Dartmouth students living here and leases and all of that that goes with it. So this has been such an amazing journey with so many special people making this happen. I want to thank the board members of the Outreach House who so generously donated the property to us in 2019. So big. Are there any board members here from Outreach House? I just want to acknowledge this is an amazing gift. This property is right here. Advanced Transit is right there, so our residents can access the free bus service that our Upper Valley has. They can walk to work. More than half of our residents work in town. This is such an amazing gift. The Church of Christ of Dartmouth College for their wonderful encouragement and support at the earliest stages of this project. I also want to express my heartfelt thanks and tremendous gratitude to Nick Estes Estes and Gallup, and their entire construction team. And a little special shout out to Jason Spalding, who was the construction manager. And this team was just so wonderful to work with. The thoughtfulness, the kindness, the cooperation. I just can't say enough about this wonderful team. The entire construction team, I think I'm repeating myself a little, and each of the wonderful contractors whose determination and creativity allowed us to move forward and have Spruce House completed today. From providing a solution for electrical panels that were on hold for months, to thoroughly considering an option so we wouldn't have to wait for those gosh darn electrical panels. So Bruce, and I already forgot Bruce's last name is Dickerson. Thank you. Bruce Dickerson was just amazing. He somehow jimmy-rigged a system that looks, if you go downstairs, you have to go to the mechanical room, and you need to check this out. It's really amazing. But it does. So impressive, so impressive. I also want to say that the design team at Studio Nexus Architects were such a pleasure to work with. Over a year ago, I sat down. Is Doug here? Doug Sanala? Thank you. There's Doug. Please, a round of applause, because when you walk through this house, it is impressive. So Doug and his team, we started dreaming. He asked me, well, what should the house kind of look like? What are you hoping for? And we talked about the 12 future residents who would be moving here, what their needs are, what the Visions model is, and it's just an amazing team to work with, because look what happened, this house. And you wait till you walk through it. Every little inch, I feel like, was so well thought out. I got a little, that's all right. The house would serve 12 residents, thinking about accessibility, staffing needs, staffing flow, residents' needs, how to fit into the neighborhood, and honor the history of Outreach House. So I always have to tell a little story, and I'm so sorry. But Outreach House had this open porch. So how many of you used to drive through Hanover and recognize Outreach House by the fence in front and the open porch, people sitting on the porch, enjoying the traffic going by? We wanted to honor that. So when you walk around this house and you look at the front of this house, you'll see an open porch. You'll see the same vinyl fence that Dorothy Byrne donated to the Outreach House many years ago. We put it back up. Jason and his crew took it apart, put it back up. And then our gardeners, Patty Freed, is Patty here? Patty and her group of master gardeners did just an amazing planting around this house. So when you look at the plantings around, it'll remind you a little bit of Outreach House too, because that was the beauty. We thought about the neighborhood, the colors, the height, the design. So just appreciate that when you're looking at our house and you're driving by. I think I already talked about that. Sometimes I repeat myself a little bit. My heartfelt gratitude also goes to John Eller and Liz Nickerson. John, sitting in the back, wave your hand. Is Liz here? No. John and Liz, we met them many years ago when we wanted to look at Sunrise Farm and sustainability. They helped us secure funding so we could rehab Sunrise Farm so that we wouldn't have to put too much money into it. It would be viable for the near future and long haul, so that we could think about offering more housing for people in the Upper Valley. And that's when we started to look at Lebanon and meeting with families. So that was about in 2015, I believe, when we started working with John and Liz. I must say, they're guardian angels. John emails me, I think at least every day. We talk to each other. He and Liz have secured the funding through CDFA, through Mascoma Bank, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston, and Invest New Hampshire. So without that, we would not be here, and Lebanon would not be there. So big round of applause. Now I have a couple pages here. I want to thank the Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston, Clay Adams, the Chief Officer and President, Bill Dunn, Mascoma Bank, Senior Vice President, Patricia Monahan, if you could just wave, Vice President, Treasurer. The Federal Home Loan Bank, with their support and cooperation with Mascoma Bank, Michael Pingpank, is he here? Is Michael here? I didn't see him, but Senior Community Investment Manager, Ken Willis, Senior Vice President, Frank, oh my goodness, John. Nikowitz, thank you. I'm a little dyslexic, so when I see a bunch of letters together, it swims. Executive Vice President. Invest New Hampshire. Is there anyone here from Invest New Hampshire? Well, thank you. You're here. Big wave. So this was special funds to look at workforce housing in New Hampshire. And this was a new program, and we were granted a grant through Invest New Hampshire, and it's been a pleasure to work with this team, and I'm so thankful that we were awarded the funds. So, Andrew Dorset, Maureen Martinez, did Maureen come? No, send my love. So we send reports. I always send Maureen some pictures. I'm sure you get them too of the house. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Anyone here from the Community Development Finance Authority? Oh, thank you. Katie Easterly Marley, Maureen Quinn, Scott McLansky. Thank you so much. So these are the tax credits that Lucinda Brown and Kim Estes did an amazing job in our development team, that businesses and our community paid for tax credits so we would have some funding to make this happen. So thank you so much. Liberty Utilities. Is Dana Newt here? Dana is assisting us with some funds through Resilient Building Group. So this is through Liberty Utilities. Because this house is so energy efficient, Visions will receive some funding through that program. So you can see this has been really a mix of community support from development, so many of the businesses in our community. So just thank you so much. So I just want to tell, I have a couple of stories, but so we called this Spruce House because long ago this was the Blue Spruce Inn. So the name Spruce House definitely fits the history of this house. And I want you to, when you walk around, I want you to notice a couple other things. You'll see something that says Rusty's Blue Spruce. So Rusty Estes, Nick Estes' dad, he talked to me when we had a special celebration actually on this property, and he was so proud of his son, his daughter-in-law, and he was so happy that his daughter Samantha would be moving in. So he passed away, and he'll be sorely missed, I think, by everyone in this community. So to honor Rusty and to just give thanks to the Estes family and Estes and Gallup for all that they've done in all three sites, the Blue Spruce is named after him. And then when you walk around, you'll also see a beautiful little garden with a sweet berry tree, I think it's called, and some beautiful flowers, and that is the Eller Garden. Just give thanks to John Eller, who has not only helped with this project and all three projects, but supported our board, supported me as executive director, and a good friend. So thank you. And then one other thing, when you're walking around, you'll see a photograph of a young man, and I'm hugging him. This is CJ. He was so excited to move into this house. He messaged me all the time how excited, he couldn't wait for his independence, but sadly he passed away. But he was the first resident that I actually brought into the house. Jason and his team built, this is when it was just all studs, but we wanted to get him in so we could ask him questions and look at the space. We got him in with his wheelchair, and he was so excited, and his parents were so excited. So in memory, we dedicated the kitchen to CJ. So please look around for that. So I've talked enough. I would like to introduce Carl Toom, president of our board. Oh my goodness, it's time for Sylvia to give up the mic.
Thank you, Sylvia. And thank you, Sylvia, for all your incredible hard work and dedication in making a dream, a vision, a reality. A reality for 36 very special adults in 3 separate sites in the Upper Valley. So good afternoon. My name is Carl Toom, and I'm the president of the board of directors, and thank you for attending this special event. Before I say a few words, I'd like to acknowledge the other members of the board, a very dedicated group, some of whom, like me, are parents of Visions residents. Their oversight and guidance plays an important role in the success and future of Visions. Carol Andrew, board vice president. Lucinda Brown, board secretary. Fred Williamson, board treasurer. Reese Madden, Toby Freed, Bill Black, Susie Henderson, and Scott Gilmore. For me, that Visions for Creative Housing Solutions provides an answer to the question for parents and guardians of children who have developmental delays or similar disabling conditions. And that question is, where will our children live? And who will support them when we no longer can? The answer for us and many other families is Visions. But Visions is much more than just a place. It's a positive, affirmative, supporting community of residents, staff, and volunteers. A community where the residents can grow, mature, develop new skills and abilities, make new friends, be responsible, and have fun. It's the Visions model that is unique and special. And one way the Visions model works so well is that each residence is an integral part of the larger community. In the case of Spruce House, it's Hanover. And with that segue, let me introduce Alex Torpe, the Hanover Town Manager.
So first, just sort of a wow. I think the last time I was standing on this site, it was a giant hole in the ground. So maybe just another round of applause for the entire team for putting all of this together. And just briefly, I was asked to reflect a little bit on sort of welcoming folks to Hanover. And people may not know this. I've been in Hanover myself about 2 years. And the town that I grew up in New Jersey, South Orange, had a really wonderful organization called Jesby House that has a similar mission and vision to Visions. And it was a wonderful organization that I had the kind of opportunity to work with through the town government and just as a community member. And there was something fitting about coming up here, and I didn't know a ton about the Upper Valley, and I didn't know about Visions before coming up to Upper Valley and Hanover. And it would just seem sort of fitting to come to another community with an organization that does so much to create community and create homes for people. And so it kind of felt like almost a welcoming for me personally, and I know that you've created that feeling and that Visions does that for so many people. And I think about triple the number of people that you were able to when you first got started. So maybe just another round of applause for everything that Visions does to create community and create homes for people here in Hanover. So thank you for that. Another thing that I'll just add quickly, and this may come as a surprise to some folks at Visions, I don't think we've sort of sent the official letter yet, but thanks to Invest New Hampshire, the town has actually received some grant funds that we are going to pass along to Visions in the amount of $45,000 to help with some renewable and solar projects. And I want to give a thanks Rob Hausman, our planning director, and his staff, who do a lot of work making sure things aren't too Jimmy-rigged, but also getting grant funds to help really incredible organizations like Visions. So thank you, Rob, and the planning office for that, and we're happy for the town to donate that to Visions. So thank you.
I would like to introduce Kim Estes. Kim Estes has been so integral in the Hanover Capital Campaign, and certainly she took the lead in selling those tax credits for the CDFA, but she's so much more. She's been involved supporting our organization, I think, for 3 years. So thank you, and please welcome Kim Estes.
Can you hear me? All right. I'll try not to ramble. I'm going to look at my notes, and I'll try not to cry. But, oh, right there? Like that? Okay, there we go. Hi, residents. I heard you didn't want to, your family members up there with you? No? Okay. So, can everyone hear me? All right. I heard a quote the other day. Community is never found, only built. Well, we built something, right? We built something pretty special. But you know what? We're actually still building. And, you know, listening to Carl and Alex and Sylvia talk about community, we didn't just build a house, but we built and continue to build and expand our community. And when I talk about community, I mean our Visions residents, our amazing and dedicated staff who are all leaders in this organization. Thank you, and thank you for paving the way to create a model that supports individuals with disabilities live their best lives on their own terms. Community is each town where our residents live, work, and play, and an integral part in the towns of Enfield, Lebanon, and now Hanover. Thank you, Town of Hanover, for welcoming us and supporting us. Our community is the Upper Valley, and we're still building. It's evolving, and now we have this third site, Spruce House, in the heart of Hanover. Thank you to all our communities, and especially to you residents leading the way. It's all about you. So I'll go back to my statement. We sure built something. We in this sentence is very important. Sylvia thanked a lot of people. I won't go through the list that she went through. I'll highlight some of them. But I want to say thank you to Sylvia. Really, huge thank you. I want to start by thanking the Hanover Capital Campaign, especially the early members, Marjorie and Jim Matthews, Bobby Gross. Oh, gosh. And thank everyone who just fell down there. So we'll start again. Our early members, Marjorie and Jim Matthews, Bobby Gross, Carl Toome, and Annie Payton of Yellow Brick Road Consulting. They guided us. Thank you for getting the ball rolling. And we couldn't have done this without Lucinda Brown, Bill Black, Mary Ann and Bob Darnell, Toby Freed. Thank you. I want to thank our Visions Development team, Lucinda Brown, who provided the initial guidance and charge to meet our goals. There's our goal over there behind. It's what's been out in front, and we're almost there. Just a teeny tiny bit to go. And thank you to Laura Perez, who took over midship, helping us guide us through these last final months. Well done, Lucinda and Laura. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, Deb Mashabini for her creativity and support on the campaign. I want to thank our master gardeners. It's beautiful. This was not an easy site. Not much land, right? But it is gorgeous. And as you walk through, you'll see grass, and everything else is a sensory type garden. So it's beautiful, and it's easy, low maintenance, which will be nice. I want to give a huge shout out to the businesses that purchase tax credits, and I'd like to list them, and I hope you don't mind. Mascoma Bank, Title Mortgage, White Mountains, Claremont Savings Bank, Woodsville Guarantee Bank, LaValle's, Jake's Market and Deli, Ledger, Jesse's, Lou's, Golf and Ski Warehouse, the Rowley Agency, Co-op Food Stores, Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, Roger Phillips Dentistry, the Bason Company, Crate Pavers, Gabby Black Realtor at Coldwell Banker Lifestyles, William Smith Auctions, Amy Redpath at Coldwell Banker Lifestyles, Estes and Gallup. Please take a look and spend some time at our bulletin boards that look at our donors and everyone who dedicated time in their work and services. There were many, and they went above and beyond. I know I'm a bit biased, but my husband, his team at Estes and Gallup, were amazing. A huge shout out to Jason Spalding. And for every subcontractor that worked on this project, again, you really went above and beyond. I have a bit of inside knowledge. I know that construction trade can be challenging at times, but hopefully a finished product like this makes it worthwhile. Just look up there. Thank you for being part of the Visions community. And I want to thank every single person, foundation, our anonymous quiet givers. There's so many of you. And there are others who shared our story, spread our word. Thank you everyone that advocated and talked about this project and the Visions organization. And I hope you keep talking about it. We are indebted to our amazing community of the most generous donors, providers, and volunteers who help fulfill our mission of providing residential options, services, and support designed to meet the needs of these most capable adults that are sitting up there. We've got a great team, a great community, and yes, we're still building. All right, we did it. Woo! So I'd like to turn the mic over to Bobby Gross. I've known Bobby for a long time. She was a mentor to me in the early years of navigating a world with few roadmaps. She has paved the way for many of us and continues to do so. So I welcome Bobby.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm just so grateful to everyone for their time, their dedication, all the things that they did that were mentioned before. They're so appreciated by me and all the parents of the residents at all the Vision sites. And from a perspective of a parent, Carl was mentioning that you just don't know what's going to happen later in life. And to know that your adult is going to be in a place that's caring and warm and having friendships that just can't be replaced. It's all very special. So I wanted to thank all of you, of course Sylvia, and all the Vision staff, and the hardworking board, and all the individuals and businesses who are here today and who couldn't be here today, because you made this happen. And it's just so special and so appreciated from the point of view of a parent, and I'm here with my parent hat on now. So thank you all. Before I say so long, I wanted to read a quote that I saw at the Visions website. It was in a brochure, and it was from someone named Donald Shumway. I don't know if everyone has heard of him, but he was the commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services some years ago. And this is what he said about Visions. As I have met with individuals and families, one theme is universal: the need for home and companionship. What is unique about Visions is carefully considered community ties, personal supports, and opportunities for participation in meaningful purpose. Visions for Creative Housing Solutions does this in the best manner possible, joining together and making possible for all persons the communities that we all wish for. Pretty nice from the commissioner, the former commissioner. What a wonderful place this is, and to the new residents, hi up there. Thank you.
I would like to introduce Scott Mislansky from the CDFA, so that's the Community Development Finance Authority, who provided us with a tax credit opportunities. So thank you and welcome, Scott.
Good afternoon. I'll keep my words very short because I think so many wonderful things have been said. Really exciting to be able to work with Sylvia and John and Kim and everyone else who I've encountered in this project. CDFA is the Community Development Finance Authority. We help support various nonprofits, sometimes municipalities around the state, with usually infrastructure projects, funding and financing projects that are supporting everything from rail trails to homeless shelters, soup kitchens, housing in many shapes and forms. And this was just a wonderful project to be able to work on. I focus on clean energy, so to be able to talk to the team a little bit about that focus here was wonderful as well. And I work on our tax credit program, which was mentioned. 21 business donors were involved, and so those businesses, large and small, have a way to really leverage to make greater their what they might normally donate to a project, to really ramp that up into a higher support for a project. We congratulate you, really excited for all the residents who are joining in this beautiful space, and thank you for having me. It's exciting.
So now I just want to briefly, please stand up if you're staff at Visions. So all of this is well and good. You know, we can build the house, we have the residents, but what really makes it possible is staff who are dedicated, caring, and have amazing kindness. So Lisa Knott, Hope over there. Please stand up. Katie Bullock. Maybe I'll just do first names. Jackie, I know because I'm just horrible with names. Jackie, Megan Hartley is up there. Alex, Rachel, Sonia. I was going to say Sophie, but Sonia. I really am horrible with names. Did I forget anyone? Deborah. Oh, Deborah. Cody. Katie, our HR specialist. And is anyone else here? Did I miss somebody? Ben. And Ben is here. Where's Ben? Ben is here with his daughter, Ben Saul. This doesn't work without staff. So just big round of applause for all that they do to help make this happen. Now I would like to introduce the residents first. Jean, can you wave? Jean? Jesse, can you wave? Eric, Kevin. Oh my goodness. This is when it really, okay, I'm going to get there. Sarah, Alexia, Heather, Samantha. All right. Woohoo. So now I would like, did I miss any residents who are here? So not here is Rachel, Olivia, and Kate, and Jason. So they're missing, but I know they're thinking of us all here. Now I would like to introduce Scott Young from the Upper Valley Business Association and Mascoma Bank. The Upper Valley Business Association is going to help us with our ribbon. But before that, why don't you, if you want to say a few words, but before you cut the ribbon, we're going to do the Visions Pledge. So, Scott, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, Residents, we have a very special pledge that we say. This was written by a staff member when we first started Enfield in about 2015. So you're going to repeat after me, and everybody can join along. You ready? Catherine, you know this, right? Ashley, you know this. Betsy, you know this. Trevor, I am amazing. I can do anything. Positivity is a choice. I celebrate my individuality. I am prepared to succeed with love and understanding. We learn and grow together. We are Team Vision. Woo! So now, Scott.
So Scott Young with Upper Valley Business Alliance. We support businesses and nonprofits in the Upper Valley to work together and to be able to find opportunity. So congratulations on your third opening in the Upper Valley. Very exciting. So next, what we're going to do, we have the fun part. We're going to cut the ribbon. So we have a big set of scissors up there.
Oh, you got the big scissors?
We do. Means it's official. So let's see if we're ready to go. When you're ready, go ahead and cut the ribbon.
Ready, set,
one, two, three, go! Thank you and congratulations.